Alright, another stream, and this time it's an audio stream mainly. Let's see if we're live. Nothing. Yeah, there it is. So let's grab that URL and post it on Facebook. And I only have what is it, 20 minutes or something. It's just another short test. You can call it that. Because I just want to find out if the audio quality of the new AY clone is good enough. So let's share the info and see who is interested. Spam, spam, and more spam. Spam by ban. Okay, here we are. So maybe you can see me in the reflection of the television there. If so, let me know. And please let me know if the audio is okay. I think it should be just fine, so I wonder. And you have not heard the audio quality of the recording, of course. But okay, let's see. Let's get back to my live stream. Alright. Let's see if people are in or not. And if not, they're just too late. They're missing the start of this. Hey Stuart, good afternoon, man. Right. So, the first thing I want to show you is the setup I made. So what you can see here is a Harlequin Spectrum. Let me lift the top here. It's a Harlequin board. It's a Harlequin 128 issue 2D. And I'm being very careful here. As you can see, there's a ZXAY. This is my ZXAY board for testing, hence the ZIF socket, ZIF socket. Not sure if that's one word in English or abbreviation, I don't know. Anyway, you can see the AY clone here. It's a turbo sound version still. I haven't tested the turbo sound feature. Maybe I should look for a demo for that or something. If anyone knows a source for a good demo to test the turbo sound, let me know in the chat, and I will do. And behind that there's a Camos Turbo, sorry, no Camos. It's a DivMC Enjoy Pro Mini with the joystick connector. And the two outputs of the Harlequin board and the ZXAY are going to the switch here. A very simple switch. I had to make it twice because the other cable I used was garbage. Anyway, so this is a switch. If I put it to the right, it will output the sound of the ZXAY. If I put it to the left, it will output the sound of the Harlequin board. And there's one issue with the Harlequin board I will show you, because I'm not sure what's happening here. So first let me power it up and tell me if you can hear the clicks. You should hear my keyboard clicks, and you should hear my the output of the computer, of course. Let me do a simple test here. Let's just play the C at the first channel, the left channel. It should be a small pause in between, and this is all. So this should output C note only to the left channel. And what was that? I think it was my smartphone. I thought I heard some noise. Anyway, let's show you what happens. If I put it to the ZXAY with the AY clone, then it's indeed only at the left channel. But if I put it to the Harlequin board, the two channels are almost equal. So you hear it now left and right. I'm not sure why that is happening, because it should be, I can show you that, it should be separated on the Harlequin board as well. So I have no idea what happens there. But as you can see here, this is the part of the Harlequin board with the AY chip on it, and you can see the A, B and C channels, and they are put on left and right using these. So these are only the pull downs for the AY chips itself. Then it's put to the left and right channels here with 4 resistors, because you have only 3 channels, hence you need two can go to left and right separately, and the third channel needs to go to left and right at the same time. Then some audio separator capacitors, and then we'll go to the audio output. And the only reason why it should be connected, left and right channel should be connected, is when you do not have a connector in it, then it will output audio to the RGB mono audio channel, and it's combined, as you can see here, with this short here. But when you connect a cable, those connections will be disabled because these ones will go outside, if you know what I mean. So it should be separated, and I have no idea what it's not working, and I've done some measuring, so hence the board machine is open at this moment. I did some measuring. There's no short circuit or something. For some reason there's no stereo output on the Harlequin board, on this Harlequin board at this moment. I have no idea why. I also tested another AY chip, but there's something going on here and I have to check that. But anyway, for testing the audio quality, it's no problem. And the external ZXAY board has just fine stereo output as we wanted. Let's get back to the chat. Let's see who's in. Hey Anthony, hey again Anthony, hey Stuart again. Sorry. My +3 keyboard is not working, it's making noise like the keys being held down. Yeah, then it's probably that. You can disassemble the complete keyboard, and there's a membrane inside, but most probably if you disassemble it, the connection will go away. It will help, but it's a lot of work, of course. No, Andy, I tested it as well. Good afternoon, by the way. I tested if there's something like it's on the wrong channel or something. No, it's it should be at the same left channel. And I can show you. I will put some more notes in here. So 30 play. Oh, and now we are going to output on the second channel. D note. Again, a small pause. And 50 play, and the E note on the third channel, and 70 run, because I'm lazy. And I can see in my volume meter here on screen that the outputs are left and right channels are equal, so there's something going on wrong here. There is some separation. Maybe the separation is not good enough, I don't know. Because I think I tested it a lot on speakers, and I could definitely hear left and right separately. So, and I can even see on screen here that it's separated a bit. I wish I could show you, but I'm not sure if I can right now. But it is separated. But for some reason, when I'm recording this on the there's definitely some difference, but it's not as good as the external ZXY. Anyway, you can see here that the channels are separated quite a lot better. And another thing you can see here, and now I have to talk a bit louder, is that, or here actually, that the pitches are not exactly the same. Listen to this. So that sounds awful, and now I'll quit it for now. But for some reason, the internal AY chip and the AY clone are not completely the same. And I've also tested it with another AY chip, and they are more close to each other. So if you compare the internal AY chip and the one on the ZXAY, they are more close to each other, but there's some difference. And I don't know why, because they use the same clock as far as I can tell. But I have to check schematics, and for now it's most important that we check compare the audio quality or between the the AY clone and the internal AY chip, which is inside this Harlequin board. That's this chip, of course. Oh, it's a bit dark, I know. Sorry. Anyway, so what I did is I downloaded a couple of programs, demos, and more. And I asked some people on Facebook, or everyone actually, and some people responded, of course, if you have some good ideas to test demos, games, or something. So I got a list here. It's on the SD card, but it's not activated because I disabled EasyXDOS. Now it's enabled again. I tested or I downloaded some demos. This is a demo. Yeah. Okay. It's a bit wobbly. Well, the demo that's loaded is I used for testing AY chips, so use this SD card for that. Anyway, so now we get to the AY clone folder. I made it for that specifically for that. And well, let's start with the things that I downloaded. I could load a demo that I've tested yesterday on the short video. But let's see about this Atari something. I have no idea what it is. So let's hear it. So this is the AY chip, AY clone, sorry. And now we're going to the Harlequin. And back to the Harlequin. So I hated that the pitch is not equal. I just thought space is pausing because all these music demos use space for pausing anyway. So the pitches are not equal, but that's not the point here. We're comparing audio quality. And of course the Harlequin board has a somewhat of a different audio output circuit compared to the ZXAY, but it's close. It's not that different. And what I can hear is that the higher higher tones on the AY clone are they're less filtered, so it sounds a bit more more of the higher. You can hear the higher tones a bit more than on the internal AY chip internally on this Harlequin board. Let's see the chat. Yeah. The clock is 10 minutes slow. Well, what clock? What clock? What clock? What are you looking at? I have no idea. I'm gonna process. I can say is the best possible. Okay, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, let's test another one. So we're going back to the Harlequin board. I'm not going to test every piece here, but let's do Androids. I have no idea how it sounds. Ooh, that's deep. I think I like the white one a bit more. It just sounds better. Well, an original AY chip. I'm not sure if it's the AY chip or the sound output circuit. But the AY clone is good. Okay, let's test another one. Not everyone, but just one more from the Atari sound pack. How do you call it? I don't know. So we're using an Atari 2 this afternoon. Welcome to the Atari show. I think it's quite good. I like it. Right, let's load something else. So my first test with this Atari music pack sounds pretty good. So this is the DigiSid P. I don't know what it is. Never loaded it before. Oh wow. AY DigiSid player. We're listening to Scavengers music. Okay. So this is the AY clone. Nice. Okay, it's just one piece of music, I think. Let's load something else then. This is Atari N. I'm not sure if this was the same as the first one. No, this is something different. Oh. I thought the person who pointed me to this said that this is just for the intro. It will go better in a second. So it's definitely not made for this machine, but it was probably Eastern European Pentagon, Scorpion, something like that. But anyway, this will load, someone said, told me. Oh my god. This sounds awesome. This is very good. Now the internal one. This voice sounds very clear. Sorry for that. Very nice. Why didn't I play this before? Very nice. Don't mind the telephone. Let's get the next one. Aeon. It's a well-known demo. Let's see how it runs. This takes a bit of time, the intro, but the lead is detuned on the clone. Oh, okay. I couldn't clearly notice, but maybe there's something wrong with the timing. We should check that. Okay, that was the first part of Aeon. Sorry for taking this so long. So we're listening to the internal AY chip at this moment. Someone in the chat said that the AY clone has some timing issue. I don't have my amplifier at a high volume because otherwise you cannot hear me. So it's hard for me to tell exactly if the sound is okay, but I think it's okay. This sounds as it should be. But let's switch to the AY clone in a second. Well, maybe it's, what you said is DIY clone sounds different when it comes to timings, but it's different from the internal AY chip. But it might be that is the main clock is a bit off, but still the sounds correct altogether. But I'm not sure. Because when the main timer is off, then all the other timings should be relative to the other sounds. So I think that's okay, but I'm not sure. Being careful here. And I think I should do some tests with an original AY chip and the clone in the same board. So instead of using the Harlequin board and the AY, ZXAY interface, I think it's better to use just one board or interface or something else to compare the two chips, because there are a couple of more variables that we don't want while testing. But anyway, this is the easiest test. And I wish I had another ZXAY, but I sold all and I have to make more there behind the monitor here to make more. So that's the reason I couldn't test two ZXAYs. Otherwise the test would even be more fair, of course. But I don't think this sounds wrong or something when you switch completely to the AY clone. Oh, okay, so the clone uses a 1.75 MHz clock. Ah, okay. Okay, it doesn't use the... Of course it doesn't. Well, wait. Well, I'm feeding the board clock, but it's not using the clock. I didn't know that. But it's not much of a problem. But maybe we can fine-tune the clock. Maybe that's an idea. I don't know. Maybe we can talk about that. Still, I think it's the sound quality. Every envelope or noise channel sounds good. It's not bad at all, if you ask me. So I have another DigiSid program here. I'm not sure if it's the same as we tested earlier, but the name is different. One letter is different. So let's see what this is. So we're on the AY clone at the moment. Nothing's happening. Oh, there's something. Oh, okay. So what the track says is that there needs to be some synchronicity between the CPU and the AY chip. That could be a problem. Yeah, okay. But I wonder if there's an option, a way of using the external plug then, but maybe the microcontroller doesn't allow that. No, for the internal one. I do think that now the internal AY chip sounds more close to a SID chip than the AY clone. Yeah, I can hear it's a bit off now, yeah. There's something wrong here. This is how it should sound. And when I switch to the AY clone, it's like there are two main voices instead of one. So that's definitely not sounding perfectly, but it's not a SID chip. So I'm still thinking of if it's really a problem, and of course it should be the same. But yeah, I know it's not a Y chip, you know. It's a clone. It's an emulator. How can you call something like that? I think it's an emulator. Or it's a simulator. I don't know. It's a hardware emulator, I think. Okay, let's get to the next program here. Let's see what this is. On the clone it sounds like there are 2 leads. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, you're totally right. That's what I heard as well. So with the SID, with the SID effects, and that's of course not how the AY chip is usually addressed, but with the SID demos, it sounds like it sounds like the main tone is there's some android who is singing it, something like that, you know. Okay, let's test this one. This demo consists of several parts, and the second part should be interesting, someone told me. I've seen this before. I think it's not an old demo, 1 or 2 years ago. So this is the AY clone. And I know this is another pitch. And that's because this one seems to have a quite a slightly different clock, but okay. Maybe people could say, of course, that the AY clone has pentagon timings, but for the replacement of a AY chip in a ZXSpectrum or in ZXAY board for a ZXSpectrum, maybe it's better to have a timings for the ZXSpectrum, you know, not for a pentagon. Still it's very close, and I think it's quite good what I'm hearing here. Can I skip the next part of something? No, I don't. Looks cool, by the way. Okay, I want the next demo. Chase HQ. This game has some okay, some samples in it. It runs on Fuse. Why is it not running here? I don't know. Let's do that again. It should run. No, it doesn't. I have no idea why not. Okay. Should check that out. 19. That's a game with some sounds that sound like samples, drum sounds. No, it's not FPGA, it's microcontroller based. It's much simpler and much less expensive. Why is this not working? Or is it? What is going on? This runs on Fuse, so I have no idea. Okay, something I have here is a SID emulator, and I'm not sure if this will work as I wanted to test it right now, but there is a main program somewhere here. Let me check where it is. If I can find it. Oh, here it is. I think one of these. And I'm not sure if this will work, because on Fuse I had to load one of these programs here, but you can see then this doesn't work. I have no idea how this should work on a DivMC, because you have to load the main program and then load one of the tab files, but it doesn't work as I wanted. There are 2 basic programs here. This is the same. So you can press a key. Oh wait, it's actually loading something, but it cannot load anything because it's another archive. So let me check. Can I just mount something else instead of load it? Maybe instead of pressing enter you can just load it, something like that. Enter is load and run. Okay, you can use I. Okay, that's what we want. We want to use I. Attach to tape in. Okay, that's what we want. Now we go back, and now it's loading something. I think. I thought. Let's test it again. No, it's full of garbage. Let's test the first basic program again here, but we know what we have to do now. So now we load one of the audio files. Let's do this one. Attached. Did something. This is not working on the ZXSpectrum with DivMC. No. I have no idea how this should work, but it's not working. Okay, and I also don't know why HHQ is not working. No. These programs do emulate the Z chip. Anyway, insert the top rather than pressing at the anode, then press space to exit. EC6 does. Yeah, I did. I just did. I just loaded it that way, but it doesn't work. For some reason, it doesn't work. Let's try it once more. So, and I don't know why the border colors are changing sometimes. I don't know why that is. Okay. Anyway, let's try it again. Golden. Okay, let's press I and get back. It should have loaded something, but it doesn't work on different C. Anyway, no, it doesn't. I've tested it on Fuse and it works just fine. So I don't know. All right, let's load some other demo and then we'll finish this off. So the most obvious thing that we encountered is there's a slight clock difference between an AY chip in a Harlequin board, for example, and this AY clone on this ZXAY. And I think it's a good idea to just lift this off and put in a AY chip to listen if the pitches are equal here. Let's test it again. So we now have two AY chips, which are quite similar. Let's load something from the list that we did. Okay, let's do this. So you can hear these are the same, but the sound is different because of the one is the external ZXAY and better audio separation. Yeah, so indeed the AY clone has a different clock, and that is somewhat of a problem. I didn't know that it doesn't use the clock from the board itself. So there's an internal clock, and we have to think of something to work that out, because I think they should be more close to each other, especially when it comes to playing games from like SID players or something, you know. But anyway, when playing AY sounds, well, let's just run a demo. I think on its own, it's enormously good. It doesn't sound bad at all. Let's put this on because I liked this when I was playing it yesterday. And we do some comparison first. So the internal chip. It's done on purpose. The clock, the slightly different clock is done on purpose, it seems, to match the Eastern European machines where this was developed. But the question is there a possibility to use an external clock? And if not, is there a way of changing the clock so it matches the Western European machines like the original ZXSpectrum, you know? Let's just listen to this, and then let's get to the external one. So this is the AY clone. No, it's closer to 1.71 or something, 1.73. Have to check that. So it's 3.579 wait. It's 1.79, 1.7895, 1.79. And now, it's half of the should be 1.789. Or am I wrong? Because at least on the Harlequin board, 3.579 megahertz oscillator is used. It's okay. Maybe we can work out, we can find out if we can change the clock speed, because I think these clones, when I'm going to sell them, are being used especially or mainly on ZXSpectrum's original ones and Harlequin clones. And in that case, I would prefer the clock to be more close to the clock speed that's fed by the original machines, you know. But let's just talk about it offline some other time in the end, because I think we will figure it out. And it's sounding good enough as it is, if you ask me, but there are always people that want it to be more close to more adult chip or something, you know, so that's the hard thing about this. Okay, so the spectrum is okay. On the Harlequin board, a 3.579 clock is used, but I will measure it. Let me just check it smart down below. I might know that for myself, check it. I'm doubting what the original clock speed for the watch is expected, I think. A bit because I want to finish the stream, and what I just discovered is that in ZXSpectrum 128K models the clock is coming from the ULA chip, which is fed by the 70.7 megahertz crystal. So that means that on a Harlequin board the clock signal to the Y chip is actually different, I think, because it's using a 3.579 clock circuit. Well, let me just chat it with you. Maybe that's a little easier with the music in the back, because it just sounds cool. Let me just open some documents here. I can show you. Alright. So first, this is the schematic of a toast rack. Let me zoom in here and let me show you. There it is. Oh, sorry. Oh, the sound's gone. Anyway. I forgot it's only on the main channel. Anyway, you can see here the original AY chip. Well, not sure where it zoomed out. And the clock is coming in here from the ULA chip, and the ULA chip is fed by 17.7 megahertz, I think, coming from the analog part of the schematic. So that's shared, and if we go to the Harlequin kit, for example, Harlequin 128. Let me get the schematic for this one here. Okay, here it is. Sorry. So we have a clock coming HC1. I'm not sure on the schematic where it is. I think somewhere here. No. So this is the ZXSpectrum clock. So the question is, where is that clock for the AY chip? I'm looking up. Oh no, I think I'm mistaken. Of course, the 3.579 clock. Oh wow. Okay, is when you want NTSC output. So where's the clock here? Here you have the 4.433 megahertz clock for the video output, composite video output, and you can swap that with a 3.579. So that doesn't have anything to do with the audio output, but the HC1 here is most probably made by this circuit somewhere. You can see it here, HC1. So it's indeed fed by a 28.375 megahertz crystal. I have to check how the division is here, but so let me just try it out. Why not? So originally on a ZX Spectrum, let's first check this one. Okay, so 2i.375 divided by 2. Divided by 2, divided by 2, so we have one more, 1.77. Okay, this is the Harlequin. Now we get back to the toast rack schematic, and I want to see the exact crystal of the toast rack, which is done here. So it's a 17.73534. So let's open an extra calculator here. And if we divide this one, this is not working. So it's coming from ULA, but how is it divided then? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know how this clock is. What clock this is. I can't tell from the schematic, of course, because ULA chip is closed. I have to look it up. So I wonder about that. We have to find out that. Yeah, you're right, indeed. So it's 1.7734 on the Harlequin. But now the question is. Okay, so it's very close. It looks like it's very close to the spectrum, but I'm not sure how this is divided. Okay. I believe you guys, because I just build these things, you know. I'm no expert in these clocks. But the clock on the AY clone is 1.75, you said, I think. Let me check, yeah, 1.75, okay. So that's the only one that's a bit more of. And now the question is, can we change that? That's the main question, I think. Okay, the music is still running, so don't be scared. All right, so that's the main question. I'm really curious about that. Can we change that in the AY clone? And I haven't checked anything from sources or something. I just know that this can be made quite easily. And I also get it that on a Pentagon it runs at 1.75 originally, so why not on this clone? But I would have preferred if they just used the clock that's been fed to the AY chip, but it's not used here, so for simplicity, I guess. That's the only thing I'm curious about, and well, it is kind of a problem if you think of. Well, I was thinking of maybe I could offer these AY clones in the future to just everyone. But if you want to use such a chip for another system, which has a quite higher clock speed, for example, or something like that, then it will definitely give you problems, you know. So yeah, well, this one is specific for the ZX Spectrum. That's the conclusion here. That's kind of a pity, but it's my main goal to use it, my main wish. But if we can work out a version in the future that uses the clock that's being fed into the chip, then that would be better, I think. But for now, I think we've done testing. Let me know in the comments below if you think the audio quality is good. I think it's awesome. I think it's just wonderful that someone made it possible to put this in a microcontroller, a very small one, and it works just fine. It's a drop-in replacement, and that's one thing that's just perfect. And the exact timing is an issue, but for yeah, I want to test turbo sound, but I don't have any programs that do turbo sound. So if you know one, let me know. That's one thing I still need to test. So if you have one, I will look it up myself right now. Turbo sound demo ZXSpectrum. I haven't tested it. I'm curious, of course. I don't have that much time because I need to do something else. But I have a page here, and I think this page, the things in this page use turbo sound. All of them. I'm not sure. Seems so. Yeah. TS player, turbo sound player. Okay, let's download one of these then. Bad Apple maybe? I think Bad Apple, I've heard it before. It was quite good. Direct download. Let's try that. Turbo sound. What's there? Okay, Bad Apple. It's a good, cool demo. Let's test it. Let's put it on this card here. It's with those Japanese girls dancing. Bad Apple. Copy 2. Right, let's test Bad Apple then. Let's put up the volume a bit again. Oh, sorry for that. Yeah, I know. Okay, we're switched to the AY clone at the moment, and let's see if this runs. This should be turbo sound. Whoa, takes a lot of time loading. Look at that. Alright. Why is it taking so long? It's only 128K, you know. Oh my god. I don't think this is how it should sound. Sorry for that. This is not good. Okay, let's test something else. I do wonder, Andy, doesn't turbo sound need more addressing than the AY chip? I haven't checked the schematics for this, but I wonder if the ZXAY board. I wonder if the ZXAY board will support turbo sound. I don't know, because turbo sound is in a separate interface normally. Let's test something else. In the future, what's that? I've seen that before. Download. What else? Synchronization. Don't know what that is. Which demo is a good one? Help me out, guys. New demo. I'm just downloading a couple more, and we'll see in a second. Okay, got 4 more here. That's it. And one more. Okay, got 3 files. Let's put them on the SD card. So this is the first turbo sound test I'm doing here. Don't burn me for this. And I even don't know if it will work on a on the ZXAY board. So we're just testing, do some basic first test, initial test to see if it works on this board. But if it's not, maybe I have to change. Oh, I put down the sound, I think. Let me check. Okay, let's not put it up completely. So let's test this one. No, it's no pentagon, that's true. That's funny. Look at that. Oh, come on. Just run it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Sorry, it's just a ZX Spectrum. Come on, what is this? Okay, let's do that again. What happened here? Same problem, I guess. I think so. This is made for Pentagon, so I cannot test this. I was afraid of that. Let's try the last one here then. Hi-Fi 6-channel turbo sound. Look at that. Lo-fi 3-channel backing track karaoke. Okay, let's test turbo sound then. Hey. There is some player we can test for turbo sound. Show we have this player. We're going to try that. Last thing I can try today. Okay, I'm not sure if this is outputting anything more than 3 channels, so hard to tell. So the last one is the TS player, turbo sound player, I guess. It says AAA band group, the picture on the website, so I'm curious. TS play. Yeah, TS play. But I have nothing to compare this with. By the way, I have a turbo sound in place somewhere, but I have to check it. It's not running perfectly. But it's also not made for the machine. You can hear it by the timings of the ZX Spectrum. Anyway. I want some proof that this is really turbo sound, and I have no idea how to check that. does sound like more channels, but it's hard to tell. Ah, come on. I think you can clearly hear some more channels, but I can really not tell for sure. That's not running very well. Not sure why. Oh, this is bad. Okay, I'm switching this off for today. Right. So my conclusions are that the AY chip, AY clone on itself sounds pretty good. There is some timing difference between the AY clone and the original ZXSpectrum. That's because it's developed for Pentagon machines and others in the Eastern European countries. So we can check if we can fine-tune the clock on the chip. That could be better. If it would be perfect if it could just use the external clock that's been fed into the chip. But I don't think we will make it. We can add that easily. So then this version has a turbo sound as well, and I have to think of a way of testing that more properly than I did now. I also don't know if it should work in a ZXAY board. I also have to do some more testing on normal ZX Spectrums. I haven't tested it at all. People also ask me already if there's if it also supports RS-242 output, and I don't think so, but I will check that. So I have to do more tests. But until now, I think for basic audio output, I can offer this instead of of an original AY chip that are getting more expensive. So what I will do is continue investigating this AY clone. I will check the costs for that, and I think in the future that I will offer the Harlequin kits with an original AY chip or this AY clone. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm not sure if I can do that. Maybe the price difference isn't that high, because if I have to add parts and time to assemble the AY clones, then maybe the price is about the same as an original AY chip. I don't know. I should check that. But anyway, it's something that's important for the future, because in the near future, the original AY chips, the 8912, are either not available anymore or very expensive. And the same happened with other chips like floppy controllers, for example. So the chips on the Plus D interface or Disciple or Opus Discovery or something, those are getting ridiculously expensive, and there's no clone for those. So that's something we have to keep in mind. Fortunately, lots of other chips are getting reverse engineered and made by modern logic, like ULA chips, for example, for the ZX Spectrum, and some other chips as well for the ZX Spectrum. And fortunately, we can also still obtain Z80 CPUs quite easily for low amounts. That's not a big issue at this moment. So I'm very happy with the ZXAY with the AY clone chip, and I'm going to continue development on it with Andy and other people. Thank you, Andy, for your support. I'm very happy with what you sent me, and we'll speak on Facebook. Continue to speak on Facebook about this. Thank you all for watching and for chatting along and spending time on my ridiculously videos. Anyway, thank you for that, and see you in the next video. Bye!